What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another review for an awesome custom seller. Today we're going to be talking about someone who I have actually mentioned before on this channel, but since then till now they have released a website with a ton of awesome creations. If you're watching this video, then you've probably already read the title and know I am talking about CustomBrickBuilder. Everything you see before you hear is just part of the many wonderful things you can get from him, so I'll be showing them off in the background while I talk about his website and my experiences with him. First off, if the name sounds familiar but you're not quite sure who I'm talking about, CustomBrickBuilder is the guy who made this Iron Man clone trooper. This was one of his early projects and is actually one of the reasons that I started looking into other ways of customizing figures as well. But you've probably noticed a difference between this figure and the things I was showing at the start of the video and that you can probably see right now. Also, on a really quick side note, everything that you see painted in this video is something that I painted myself, because these aren't some simply hand-painted figures with a little bit of clay on them. These are highly designed custom figures. He sells things like the armor sets for this range trooper, which yes, I did paint rather poorly and it kind of looks more like a concrete trooper, but again, you're not looking at the paint, you're looking at the actual product, the armor itself, which in my opinion is great. I am going to talk about it more in a little bit though. CustomBrickBuilder also sells a bunch of different helmets. For instance, he sells this samurai helmet, which I just think is incredible, and there are so many details on this, I can't wait to make a figure out of it. And he also sells this bones or fossil helmet, which I also want to make a figure out of. But on his website, you'll see that he sells way more than just that. He has a bunch of different Imperial guys, a commando, and I'm sure way more on the way. Another quick side note here, if you are looking for more normal Mandalorian helmets, then make sure you check out Nate's minifigures. I made a full video on him too. But one of my absolute favorite things that CustomBrickBuilder has put out are these custom alien heads. I mean, these things are just incredible. Again, for the record, I painted both of the ones that I am showing on screen here, and paint job aside, there was no issue when it came to actually doing so. Both of them were really nice, they hold the paint well, and honestly they just look great. And now I just gotta figure out what kind of bodies to put these guys on. Keep these in mind because we're gonna talk about them in a second as well. Have you ever wanted a droid where the feet weren't stuck together? CustomBrickBuilder is your guy. For instance, here is a Dark Trooper which he just released. This is off the Mandalorian version, and it's great. I do have a tiny complaint with these figures that again I'll talk about in a second. I know I keep saying that, but you can actually turn the head, you can lift and rotate the arms, and like I said, the legs are separate and individual. So let's say you wanted to make a stop motion or use them in a custom mock, you don't have to just stick with how they normally are in real Lego, now you can have them posed dynamically. While he does have several kinds of droids, the other one that I got was this Magna Guard droid. He calls it something different, I think he called it like Lava Guard or something, but you know, copyright. I'm not gonna lie, this one is a little more disappointing. Yeah, the paint job again isn't the best, but the figure itself did have some struggles. And honestly, I guess we'll just talk about this now. The Dark Trooper came pre-assembled, this one did not. It wasn't hard to figure out what was supposed to go where on this at all. However, the way that these joints go together is something I wasn't really okay with. CustomBrickBuilder included 2 antenna pieces, at least I think that's what these are called, and you have to cut them up in order to place them inside the joints and hold your figure together. I might be okay with alternative brands, but I'm not really okay with cutting up Lego. I'm not sure if there is a different or better way to hold these joints together, because I can't really think of anything reasonable right now, so it will just have to be like this. But don't get me wrong, that's like taking an amazing product and making it ever so slightly less amazing. So with that said, let's go back through the things I wanted to talk about, starting with these armor sets. He does sell 4 different types and then a squad pack for the commando armor. I personally bought the cold assault armor, and at some point we'll probably get the rest of them. And again, paint job aside on this guy, I did have no other problems with assembling it, except when it came to trying to figure out what went where. Most of it is pretty obvious. You know, obviously I could tell like where the chest piece went, where the helmet went, which leg went on which leg. But there were some smaller details like the sides here or the pockets on the waist that for some reason were just a little more challenging to figure out. Sorry, not the pockets, the things underneath the pockets. And I think that's because there's not really like a side picture or anything. So even though it's not super difficult to figure out, and obviously I was able to do it, and anyone who buys this will be able to do it. One thing I always want to recommend to anyone selling custom armor like this is consider making a diagram. Something that easily shows what piece goes where. Again, it wasn't impossible to figure out, but there are a lot of tiny pieces on this armor set that I didn't know about until I got it. When it comes to the head, oh my goodness, there are so many different heads that he makes, and all of them are incredible. They all look exactly like the real characters in Star Wars, and these are ones that I absolutely want to get as many of as I can. But let's say that you like these heads, but you just don't want to actually paint them. Maybe you don't have the time, or maybe you don't want to. Well, Custom Brick Builder has you covered. He doesn't sell all of the heads painted yet, but he does have a good amount. And I'm going to be honest with you, this $12 price tag is perfectly fine. I mean, seriously, just look at these. This isn't something that he just did in an afternoon and then was like, okay, I guess this is good enough. These are high quality and absolutely worth it. I mean, look at this helmet. I might just buy this so none of you can, to be honest. Sorry, but it is really that good. But yeah, Custom Brick Builder does sell a variety of printed items, from figures to shields to helmets to heads to droids to everything. But yeah, one thing I forgot to talk about is that he does have things like these holocrons, and one of my absolute favorite is he has Baby Yoda and Grogu with the egg. I said I would talk about my experiences with him, and if you haven't been able to figure out, they've all been good. His prices are incredibly fair. The quality of his items are just top quality. Seriously, these are some of the best out there, and the paint jobs are some of the best out there. His tracking is usually incredibly fast. I will say that sometimes I don't get tracking information, but they've always shown up within about a week of my purchase. He does respond fairly quickly on Instagram if you need to reach out to him. I haven't tried email or other means, but I'm sure it would be the same. And the guy just genuinely wants to give you the best that he can. So if you've been looking for awesome new products to get or new ways to customize your Lego, I would highly recommend checking out Custom Brick Builder because he is absolutely worth it. Let me know your thoughts on him in the comments down below. Please do remember to like and subscribe as well. A huge thank you to all of my patrons, as always, for your continued support, and especially for people like Jonathan and Project Elements. I have done so much talking today that I pretty much just need to stop for the rest of the day. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.